It is a staple you have to try when you visit Louisville, but if you can't get there, our friends over at Roux, it's the next best thing. We're talking about the hot brown sandwich. Chef Ricky P. is back to tell us all about it. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. It's wonderful to be here.
I told you before we got started, I love your little history lessons that you do because food is such a part of history, is it not?
It is, and it's when you have a tradition like the Kentucky Derby, you got to have the food that goes along with it.
Yes. So tell us about this sandwich that I don't even need to know the story about it. I can tell I want to dive in, but.
Well, it was invented in 1923 at the Brown Hotel, and it was the Kentucky hot brown sandwich. So what it is, it's an open-faced sandwich. It's a turkey open-faced sandwich, but it includes bacon and tomatoes and a cheese sauce. So I brought the ingredients of how to make the cheese sauce. It's a simple sauce. And then I add a little Louisiana touch, which is to put some caramelized onions in it.
Because that's what Roux does. And
that's what we do. I love the caramelized onions on a sandwich. So
okay, so start building it for us. So what do you kind of make?
Okay, this is the cheese sauce. So the way I make a cheese sauce is I make a simple blonde roux, which is you melt a stick of butter and about a half a cup of white flour.
Okay.
And then once that's all creamy, you add about a cup of milk. I like to use the whole cream because it just gives it more flavor and more texture. And then use any kind of cheese that you like, any shredded cheese. I like smoked Gouda for this type.
I do too.
Because it makes it real creamy. And then what happens is that you add your turkey, which you can get it wherever you buy your sliced turkey, or if you want to cook your own turkey and slice it, that's even better. And then traditional smoked bacon, tomatoes, and the onions as I described. Okay. So this is how you build a sandwich.
And it's open face. So you only need one.
Open face. Yeah. So it's designed to eat with a knife and fork actually. Okay. So you're putting. Let me put this over here.
Whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
We'll follow along.
And this way, you build the sandwich. You know, I like to layer my the meats so that when you cut it, you can see all of the juicy stuff that's in there. You put the bacon on next, and
you've been teasing all of our guests this morning, by the way. This has smelled so good, so I'm so excited we're finally kind of building it so we can dive in.
And then we put the tomatoes.
Look at that. That's a mile-high sandwich too.
It's not that high. And then you just spoon on your sauce.
I'm thinking this sauce may be good for other things too. If you make a little too much, and
you know what's really hot right now is queso, and this is basically a queso style sauce.
Dip chips right in it too.
You could dip chips right in it too, and then you top it with a little onions, like that. And then you preset your oven at 450 degrees on.
You could have toasted the bread before too, right?
I did toast the bread. So then it goes in the oven, and you just wait until it all comes together, and it'll brown up nicely. You can put the broiler on if you want, but you got to be careful when you do that because if you don't watch it, it'll burn.
I've done that before several times.
And then I've got it on an oven-proof plate, so it just goes in there, and then when it comes out. It looks like that. And you slice it, and you can eat it, you know, like an hors d'oeuvre, or you can eat it with a knife and a fork. And it's delicious.
I don't know if I'd share it. I have to eat the whole thing by myself. Hey, kids, so technically right now may not be able to get it on the menu, but I have a feeling people are going to be asking for it when they see it.
I assure you that for a Derby weekend, we'll be serving these up.
Hey.
And the other thing, too, is we use French bread because that's our bread of choice. You can use any kind of bread that you want. You can use hamburger buns if you want. But the traditional way is a thick sliced bread. White bread, whole wheat bread, toast it first, build your sandwich.
We're talking about Derby weekend. We also have to mention St. Patty's Day coming up as well. What are you guys going to be doing? Anything special there?
Well, we do a thing, we call it Cajun corned beef and cabbage, which is corned beef and cabbage with an attitude.
Okay.
And then we'll also do a shepherd's pie that our chef James has a wonderful recipe. And then we'll also probably do something that we're still investigating on what we're going to do with it. But I think we've got a corned beef po' boy that we're going to be doing.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, it's going to be delicious.
Well, that's what we love about Roux and the team over at Dats and everything. You guys are not afraid to try something new, put that wow factor into the food. You certainly are doing that at Roux as well. So always such a pleasure to have you
Wonderful.
in. We look
It's
forward
always
to seeing
great.
what you're going to cook up for us next.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Thank you. In the meantime, there's the number to call. Maybe you want to make a reservation. There's the website as well.